If I start it right, I mean, if I'm it right, if I start it right, whatever. Well, you won't get it right.
You have to blow the right thing. Everything will fall apart. It's not a whatever.
Wait, no, that's okay. What's the lines?
They don't have a script.
Just go. Just do it.
They don't have a script.
We gotta do it.
No script.
We got stuff there. We just gotta get through it. So just
Okay.
go through it.
Okay, wait. Is that an invitation? No, I mean, I don't know you. Yes, I'd need it all the time anyway. I mean, as well as I like to for a short paragraph. I've never met a man who says handles before. That's something
Yeah, you'll be so
Okay, start it over from you don't know me yet.
You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
I mean,
Hey guys. Hey guys, if you're in the wings, please stop talking. Shut your pie holes. Thank you. You're hot.
okay, look first. You gotta get ready for that curtain. Let's go. Give me a clipboard or something, right?
Ah, you're crazy with the heat. Credit's no good for an ocean salesman. What's the matter with credit? It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City! River City next!
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods, cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the noggins and the piggins and the firkins. Cash for the hogshead, cask and demijohn. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly paper.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
What do you talk?
He can talk, he can talk, he can bicker, he can talk, he can bicker, 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 he can talk, he can talk, he can talk, 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 bicker, 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 he can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
What's a Model T? Make the trouble, made the people want to go. Want to get up and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Who's gonna patronize a little bit? 2x4 kind of store ready for?
What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
Not the novelty at all, take a gander at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, 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 bicker, 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 you can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why, it's a you need a biscuit, made the trouble. You need to put the crackers in a package, so you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Make the Cracker Barrel obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with a mail tax plug charmed by the stove. Changed the approach of a traveling salesman. Made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone.
Gone with the hogshead, cask and demijohn. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk pan. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tears.
Ever met a fellow by the name of Hill?
Hell?
Hill? No!
Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman Hill.
Now he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory.
What's the fellow's line? Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his life.
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete. Or the you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Or the Model T4.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or a doggone thing. He's just stopping, beat bell ringing, big hall break going, never nothing brick rolling every time the bullseye salesman. That's Professor Hill. Tell us what's his line.
He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
He's a music man.
He's a what?
He's a music man, and he sells clarinet to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass bass, and the piccolo uniforms too, with the shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps. Near and there too, sir.
No, the fellow sells bands, boys' bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he dallies, and he gathers, and he plucks, and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City! We've crossed the state line into Iowa. River City, population 2,212. Cigarettes illegal in this state. All aboard!
All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never seen the man in my life, but I know this much. He's given every one of us a black eye. After he's worked a ton over, the next salesman to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and rode out to the speed limits on a rail. Well, you think that's funny, do ya? Well, wait till it happens to you. Your hair never grows back!
Why should he get run out of town on a rail?
Because in order to sell band instruments and uniforms and instruction books, he has to guarantee to teach them kids how to play.
Well,
And then to form them kids into a band with himself as the leader.
what's wrong with
You
that?
don't know one note from another. That's what's wrong with that. And he can't tell a bass drum from a pipe organ. I'll catch up with that swindling two-bit dibble-rigger. And when I do, I'll squeal on him so loud.
Wow, Charlie, you're mad. I'd sure like to be there when you catch up with that fella.
Well, it won't be on this trip. Not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't try to sell them neckbone Hawkeyes out here.
All aboard!
Why, gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
I don't believe I caught your name.
I don't believe I dropped it.
There's nothing halfway about the Iowa way to treat you when we treat you, which we may not do at all. There's an Iowa kind, a special chip on the shoulder, attitude we've never been without that we recall. We could be cold as our falling thermometers in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so big and stubborn we can stand touching noses for a week at a time, but never see eye to eye. But what the heck? You're welcome. Join us at the picnic. You can have your fill of all the food you bring yourself. You really ought to give Iowa a try.
Provided you are contrary.
Good morning, Martian.
Good morning, Martian. It is. If you want to go about in your drawers all day.
And there I was in Madison Hospital. Nobody came to see me. Cousin Will never come. Aunt Bertha never come.
But your Aunt Bertha's dead.
She wanted to come anyway.
We can be cold as our falling thermometers in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so big and stubborn we can stand touching noses for a week at a time, but never see eye to eye. But we'll give you our shirt and a back to go with it. If your crop should happen to die.
What the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us.
Even though we may not ever mention it again, you really ought to give Iowa clearly ought to give Iowa a try.
Mr. Squires. Yes, I'm interested in a rig for Sunday if you could accommodate me.
And I expect you ought to speak to the man in charge of hiring rigs, who is late as usual.
Hey, Gregory!
Why, Marcellus!
You old son of a gun. What? Greg.
Professor Hill's the name now. Harold Hill.
Greg, what you doing here? Why'd you let me know you was coming?
I didn't know I was coming myself. Besides, how did I know you end up in a little tank town like this? You were a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you would. Besides, I got me a nice comfortable quarter. Ethel Toffenmeyer, the boss's niece.
Gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So, what's the new pitch? Nah, you're not back in the band business? I heard you was in steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
So, give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn Iowans, Greg. Besides, we got a stuck-up music teacher here to expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's the librarian. Female.
Perfect. That's just what I wanted to hear. If she ever comes by here, point her out to me.
I will. So, how you gonna start the pitch?
Same old way. keep the music teacher off balance. And then the next step is to save your town from the terrible trouble that it's in.
River City ain't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. Have to create a desperate need for a boys' band. What's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing. Except a billiard parlor's just put in a new pool table.
I've never had a pool table here before?
Nah, only billiards.
That'll do it. See you later, Marcy. And remember, I'm a music teacher.
Music teacher.
Ah, yes. Are you Mr. Dunlop?
Yep.
Either you are closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are unaware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, say trouble, right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a player, certainly mighty proud to say, I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with you in my hand are golden. I'll be cultivate horse sense, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try to give an ironclad lead to yourself from a three-rail billiard shot? But just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a ball-blind game. I say that any boob can take and shove a ball in a pocket, and I call that sloth. First big step on the road to the depths of daggerty. I say first medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle, and the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pinchback suit, and listen to some big out-of-town Jasper him tell about horse race gambling, not a wholesome trotting race, no, but a race where they sit down right on the horse. Like to see some stuck-up junkie boy sitting on a damn patch, make your blood boil now. Well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum, with a capital B and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City youth will be frittering away. I say your young men will be frittering away their noontime, supper time, chore time too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions poured on the screen or patched over the beefsteak pounded. Never mind pumping any water to your parents or caught with a sister and auntie on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. You got lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking of the kids in the knickerbocker shirt tail young ones peeking in the pool hall window after school, and that's trouble, folks. Right here in River City. Trouble with a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents, so I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while I live in that hall? They'll be trying out Bevo, trying out Cubets, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with sense. And one fine night they leave the pool hall, heading for the dance of the armor team. Liberty men in scarlet, women in ragtime. Shameless music that'll drag your son, your daughter, into the arms of the jungle. Animal instinct hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground. Trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital P and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Our children's gonna have trouble, trouble, trouble.
Mothers of River City, heed my warning before it's too late. Look for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime novel hidden in the corn crib? Is he memorizing jokes out of Captain Billy's whiz bang? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Words like swell, or so is your old man. And if so, my friends, you got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Oh, we're in trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 numbered balls and the devil's tool.
The devil's tool.
We surely got trouble, trouble, trouble.
Oh, yes, we got trouble here. We got big, big trouble.
The T.
With capital T.
That rhymes with T.
That rhymes with T.
That stands for pool.
Stands for pool. Oh, we got trouble, trouble, trouble. Right here in River City with the capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Stands for pool, we surely got trouble, trouble. Right here in River City, right here. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Excuse me, did you drop your...
No.
Didn't I meet you in...
No.
I'll only be in town for a short while.
Good.
That your daughter? Yes, Mama. Keep on, Marcellus. I'll be in a minute. Hello, Mama. That's fine, dear. Now on with your exercises.
Yes, Miss Marion.
I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July.
It was, Mama, all evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase followed me all over town.
Oh, who?
I'd never seen him before.
Did he say anything? He tried. Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. I don't dawdle in Marcellus. So do la re ti mi, a little slower, and please keep your fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Excuse me for a living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of river city people and taking it all too much to heart.
Well, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't tell my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all the other highfalutin Greeks.
If you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit, changing every subject.
I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about the stranger with the suitcase who may be your very last chance.
Do you think that I'll allow a common masher? Now really, Mama, I had my standards where men are concerned, and I had no intention.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind me saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blend of Paul Bunyan, St. Pat, and Noah Webster you concocted for yourself, and your Irish imagination, your Iowa stubbornness, and your library full of books.
Well, if that isn't the best I've ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a drink, please?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that the way to come into a house?
Hello.
That won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from me, bye. That lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party this Saturday, and I'd especially like it if you'd come, Winthrop.
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked for your party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No, what?
No, thank you.
Do you know the little girl's name?
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his list. He's ashamed.
You know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I bet he won't say it.
No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Ha ha ha! Amaryllis! Amaryllis! Why is he crying? Why does he get so embarrassed about his list?
It's not just about his list, dear. That's only part of it.
Well, what's the other part?
Well, never mind. It's just that he doesn't talk very much.
Not even to you or your mother?
No, dear. We just have to be a little more patient.
I'm patient, even though he never talks to me. I do him. Every night, I say goodnight to him on the Evening Star. You have to say it as soon as you see it, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Now, dear, don't cry. You have plenty of time. If not Winthrop, then someone else.
No, never, and end up an old maid like you. I'm sorry, Miss Marion. Can I play my cross-hand piece?
May I play my cross-hand piece?
May I play my cross-hand piece?
You may.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
Well, for now, just say goodnight to my someone. Then, when the right someone comes along, just put his name in.
All right, I guess it's better than nothing.
It is. Now you can play your cross-hand piece.
Now I may play my cross-hand piece.
Good night, my someone, good night, my love, sleep tight, my someone, sleep tight, my love, our star is shining its brightest light, for good night, my love, for good night. Sweet dreams, be your secret dreams, heavy, sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say, but I must depend on a wish and a star, as long as my heart doesn't know who you are. Sweet dreams, be your secret dreams, heavy, sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they must. Now good night, my someone, good night. Good night. Good night.
My banners they tear and they tremble when borne by the red, white, and blue. When borne by the red, white, and blue. When borne by the red, white, and blue. My banners they tear and they tremble when borne by the red, white, and blue.
I'm sure we're all grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnie, for leading the singing, and to J.C. Squires for his fine stereopticon slides. And to Ethel Toffelmeyer, our fine piano. As mayor of River City, I welcome you, River Citizens, to these 4th of July exercises, held indoors here at Madison Gymnasium and count the weather. 407. 407 years ago. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic the members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about costuming again, I suppose. Instead, the Watanye girls of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle, my wife. In which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie-Shin, will take the leading role.
I will now count to 20 in the Indian tongue. Een, teen, t'other, feather, fifth, flop. I'm shot! George, who shot me?
Who set off that cracker?
Tommy Giles did it.
Tommy Giles did it, I saw him.
Tommy Giles, I wouldn't leave if I was you.
Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain young ruffian who is a disgrace to our city. 470. The Payne's fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompeii, will take place, providing the rain stops by 9:30. It'll be over at Madison Picnic Park, in the far meadow, across the creek from the pest house.
How can it be raining? Didn't the Gazette predict fair?
Sure did, Ewert. That's why we all prepared for a storm. The Gazette's accurate most of the time. And you know it, James.
Gazette, we last very long in the back of the jacket.
Now let's have some order. Order.
Number 8's late again tonight.
I make her early.
She's late, all right.
Right on time. Where did you get your
Will
wife?
you members of the school board stop your bickering in public?
All in the world, I said.
Never mind. Sit down. 407. Now just a minute.
There.
Let me get on with these exercises.
We don't want any more exercises till we get this pool table matter settled.
Protect our children! Resist sin and corruption! Smite the devil and keep our young boys pure! Friends, may I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with the troubled friends with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Boys Band. Now tell me, my friends, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous fabled walls of Jericho. Oh, billiard parlors came a tumbling down. Oh, a boys band will do it. Oh, yes, I say a boys band. Do you hear me? I say River City's got to have a boys band, and I mean she needs it today. And as long as Professor Hill's on hand, River City's gonna have her boys band. As sure as the Lord made little green apples, that band's gonna be in uniform. Johnny, Freddie, Willie, Ted. We'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals, hear the thunder of rolling drums, and the shimmer of trumpets. Tan-ta-da! And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once had when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, W.C. Handy, the great creator, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse platoons, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell euphoniums and big bassoons, each bassoon having its big fat say. There were 50 mountain cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who improvised a full octave higher than the score. 76 trombones met the counterpoint, while 110 cornets blazed away. To the rhythm of march, 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 all the kids began to march, and their march is still right today.
emergency action. That man is a spellbinder. I haven't seen Iowan people get so excited since the day Frank Gotch and Strangler Lewis ran it for 3.5 hours on the mat without moving a muscle. Never mind. I want that spellbinder's credentials. Grab that hoodlum. He almost blew up his shin.
Thank you, Professor. Make an example out of him. Ringleader, you know what he does, the gang does.
Let me go, Geely Klein. You wild kid, ya. Hanging around my oldest girl. His father's one of them day laborers from south of town. You wild kid, ya. Tagging after my daughter down Main Street.
We wasn't even tagging.
Don't you contradict me.
We was just walking together, Geely Klein.
You want your phraseology. I know what you's doing. My little Gracie Senior. Now you stay away from my daughter, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rails. Now, Hill, I'll talk to you about this band business over at City Hall. 10 o'clock, Monday morning. Men, I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
You don't know him, he's tough. He has a gang laying outside.
Oh, I'll be careful. Tommy, I'd like to talk to you about the band.
Gee, Professor, that's for the little kids.
I'm not talking about playing. You're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever deal with perpetual motion?
Nearly had it once or twice.
You did? Well, then you're my man. Did you know that nobody has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? No place to hang the music.
I wonder where I could get some wire.
Check your cellar. That's where people keep wire. Oh, and Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang. Oh, miss, excuse me, what's your name?
Zanita? I didn't have any ideas he was better than me. Egads!
Do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. You're to escort the young lady home.
Except that I'm not going home. I have to go to the library. Egads!
Well, then you're to escort her home by way of the library. Or make that by way of the candy kitchen.
Gee, Professor, do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir.
Egads!
Professor, you're a pretty bright young fellow. You made a couple mistakes, though.
Oh?
That billiards parlor with the pool table, that's happened to be owned by the mayor.
Wait, what was my other mistake?
That's Anita. That's the mayor's oldest girl.
Just a minute, Professor Hill. We'd like to have your credentials. We're the school board.
Academic certificates.
Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and papers.
Make you put up a bomb.
Wait, what am I hearing? You, sir. Say... ice cream.
Ice cream. But I don't sing, young man, if that's what you mean.
All right, talk then. Down here.
Ice cream.
Talk slow.
Ice cream.
You see, singing is just a slow talk. Now you, sir.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. And you, sir. Ladies, from now on, you will never see one of those men without the other three.
Professor Hill, you're mistaken. Those men have hated each other for 15 years.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
How can there be
Any sin insincere? Where is the good in goodbye? In goodbye. Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Puzzle and mystify. Mystify, tell me what can be fair in farewell, dear, while one single star shines above. How can there be any sin insincere? Aren't we sincerely in love? Oh, weary
You wouldn't happen to live alone or anything.
No.
Because you see, I have some wonderful caramels back at my hotel.
Mr. Hill.
Please, please. Professor.
Professor of what? What college do they give a degree for harassing women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary Conservatory, gold medal class of odd 5.
Even if that should happen to be true, does it give me the right to follow me wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'll have you know that I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some of the people in this town. And I have a shelf full of reference books, which may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Hey, Greg. Oh, hey, Mars. And don't call me Greg.
So, how'd you make out with that music teacher?
Scrumptious. Had her eating out of my hand the moment I tipped my hat.
Boy, did you sure cut a swath tonight. Even I thought for a moment you knew something about leading a band. Just like when you used to imitate that band concert fella back at Joplin.
Yeah. That's kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. You just keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? But it used to only take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
It still does. It takes 4 for the uniforms.
Oh, no, Greg. You haven't had uniforms?
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But, Greg, you can't pass yourself up as a music professor. I mean, not for any 4 weeks.
Mars.
But you don't know one note from another.
Look, I have a revolutionary method called the think system where you don't bother with notes.
But, Greg, in 4 weeks, the people will want to hear the music. You'll have to lead a band.
Look, when the uniforms come, they forget about everything else. At least long enough for me to collect and leave. This is a refined operation, son. I have this whole thing timed down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand on the last train out of town. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Washburn.
Gonna line yourself up a little canoodling, huh?
Well.
Say, how about I set you up with Ethel's sister? A lovely girl. She teaches Sunday school.
Oh, no. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent, eager Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of girl spins webs no spider ever knew. Now listen, boy. A girl who trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir, for no Diana do I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss. How can ignorance be compared to bliss? I spark, I fizz. For the lady who knows what time it is, I cheer, I rave. For the virtue I'm too late to save. The sight of but wiser girls for me. Bright-eyed, blushy, breathless baby doll baby. No, sir, the kind of child ties knots no sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No dewy young miss who keeps resisting, all the while she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir, for she's the fisherman, I'm the fish you save. I flinch, I shy, when the last of the delicate air goes by. I smile, I grin, when the guy with a touch of sin walks in. I hope, I pray, for Hester to win just one more ray. The sadder but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
Simply a gog.
On the Quavy.
I'm Ethel, the pianola girl.
And this is Mrs. Hicks and Mrs. Squires, and of course you met Eulalie McKickney, our mayor's wife. Isn't this just exciting, Eulalie?
I couldn't say. I could not say. My husband wished to investigate, I'm sure. Oh, yes, I'm sure. Naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes, I'm reticent.
I completely understand, Mrs. Shin. You see, my music plan involves a dance committee. Why, Mrs. Shin, your foot. The way you raised it just now.
Oh, I have a bunion there.
What grace. What natural flow of rhythm. What expression of line and movement.
Mr. Hill.
Oh, you must accept the chairmanship for the ladies' auxiliary of the classic dance. Mustn't she, ladies?
Yes.
You see, every move you make, Mrs. Shin, bespeaks Delsart. Will you? Say yes, Mrs. Shin.
Well, Eulalie McKickney Shin. That is, dance.
Then you accept?
Yes, indeed. Not
Why,
to say that.
thank you. Now, the young lady who plays the piano. Marion Peru, I believe. Well, after all, she is the librarian.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 chip. Professor, her kind of woman doesn't belong on an academy committee. Of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but she advocates dirty books.
Dirty books?
Chaucer, Rabelais, Balzac, chip, 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 chip. And the worst thing, of course, I shouldn't tell you this. I'll tell. The man lived on my street. Let me tell. Stop. I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town till she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium, Madison Picnic Park, Madison Hospital. That's Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who do you think he was anyway?
Well, I should say the show-off. He gave the town the library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her. She was seen going and coming from his place.
Oh, yes, the woman made
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 chip. He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her. Chaucer, Rabelais, Balzac, chip, 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 pick a little, talk a little, pick a little,
Just a minute, Professor. We need your credentials. Why, of course. I have just what you want at my hotel. Just follow me. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to leave you now. Farewell, ladies. It's all right. I know everything, and it doesn't make a difference.
What are you talking about?
You were probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town for a short while, and a sadder and wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
Oh, but I have.
Well, what would you like to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
Librarian. Marion, enough listening. Look. Marion. Marcellus. 6 Steelies, 8 Aggies, a dozen Pee-wees, and 1 big glass with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer halls were gaming. Had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian. What can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumbled and I busted my whatchamacallit, I could lie on your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to carrion.
Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man can sing it. In the moonlight, and a fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song with the moonlight helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause that I can never win. For the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin any talking out loud with any librarian, such as Marian. Madam Librarian. madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause that I can never win. For the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin. And he's talking out loud with any librarian, such as Mary. The ladies' dance community meets Friday night at high school. Rian, Madam Librarian. Marshmallow? Well, Tommy, it's been a pretty good day. 11 sales out of 12 tries. It's getting pretty late. You should really get home and get some supper. I'll try a few myself.
All right, good night, Professor.
Thanks, Tommy.
What are you doing? Are you soliciting? You haven't got a permit. And why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
Well, to answer your first question, I collect doorbells. This particular specimen has an unusual tone quality that's...
Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Now, like I asked before, why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
Well, you see, I just missed you. In fact, why, Mr. Mayor, your hand.
What?
The spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Is it good? It means that America has finally produced an artist who can play the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
How can I get one of those horns?
Just sign here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 in port fees.
Just think, I could have missed this opportunity. I haven't got any son. You unscrupulous fly-by-night. You'll be down to City Hall with your by-dad references by 3 o'clock.
You mean this afternoon?
Couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Prue, do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I'm not sure if I understand you entirely, Professor.
If your son has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, well, by George. Of course, you can never be really great, you understand.
Oh, is that so? Then never say Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. O Clark, O Menendez, O Klein.
Professor, we are Irish.
No, really. Sign here, Mrs. Prue. Your son was born to play the cornet. Fine, that'll be $7 earnest money, payable at the opening of band practice. Ah, yes, thank you. And I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Why, of course, his uniform, and not a penny due until delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to imagine, to anticipate, to enjoy, at no cost whatsoever. Never let the demands of tomorrow interfere with the enjoyments and pleasures of today.
Would it have
A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. A wide red one down both sides. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. And if you can get him to play in that band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. But if anyone can, I'll bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'd pick you out for a hod carrying, clay pipe smoking, shamrock wearing, Mavernine pinching, Tara's hog, minstrel singing Irishman, beat up and beat chappers where you from me by.
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it, Gary. Where'd you say now?
In Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
What's she now?
Yes, ma'am, gold medal class of '05.
How to do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Wait, Peru. I thought the name sounded familiar. You know, I've been trying to see you since the other night.
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
We're not interested, Mama.
But Marion, the boy might have his father's musical gift. He does have me jaw, you know.
Wait, his father's musical? Well, I'd like to talk to him.
Do you listen to everyone's home like this, prying to personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion.
Well, that's 1 for, 1 against. Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, well, I am sorry. That's all the more reason your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Do you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. Now as to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with a nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Why, Miss Mary and I hardly... You know, I think she likes the idea. A little precautious at first, perhaps, but I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive, and I'll be back before the week's end.
Oh, just a moment, Professor. About the boy's measurements, I make all his clothes. Sleeve 21, waist 18, crouch 14.
Ah, thank you. Now I must be getting back to my hotel.
Oh, just a moment, Professor. Please excuse Marion. She's not really...
Mrs. Peru, I'm sure that deep down, she's as lovely as yourself. Now good day to you, Widow Peru.
Has he gone?
He has, and I hope not forever. Oh, darling, don't you ever think about your future? Scary conservation class about 5. No, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on every fast-talking, self-centered traveling salesman who comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, all right. Only, it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go down to the library and ask Miss Grubb for the book I set aside. It's the Indiana Education State Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large blue volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
You won't have to say anything. I've written it all down. Thank you.
What are you up to now? What'll you be wanting with a book at this hour tonight?
I have a feeling the journal may help me poke some large holes into the professor's claims.
Well, I keep up. At your age, if you don't mind me asking. What kind of a white knight are you waiting to come riding along?
Well, it's not Luther Grainer who backs me up into the ancient history shelf every time he comes to the library.
He does.
Or Ed Gamage in that buggy of his with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a man in shining white armor either. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone who loved me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say if it only knew how. Please hear me now, so we know. All I want is a plain man. All I want is a modest man, a quiet man, a gentleman, a straightforward and honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like him to be more interested in me than he is in himself, and more interested in us than in me. And if occasionally he'd ponder what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great, him I could love till I die. Him I could love till I die. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel
wait up.
Tommy, Mama and Papa are right over there at the bank. Gads!
Then meet me after supper.
I can't. It's Upworth League night. Meet you where?
At the footbridge.
Isn't that what I just said? First the lumberyard and now the footbridge. Where are we gonna meet next? The black hole of Calcutta? Gads.
I just want to show you my new invention.
What invention?
It's a music holder for a traveling piccolo player. So you put it around here. Side effects being, well, cuts off your circulation so you can't move your fingers. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa!
Is that the first thing I said or not?
Yes, George.
Yes, the very first thing. Get that spellbinder's credentials, I said. Morning of July 4th. And now, look. My wife is off dancing at any and all hours instead of in the home.
But George!
The members of the school board are singing up street and down alley instead of attending to city matters. My oldest girl is off boodling with some wild kid from south of town, and my business has fallen so far off, I can't find the balance sheet.
Mershin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hull's alma mater.
His who?
His university.
I know all about that. Gary Conservatory, class of Oct 5. That's the only thing I ever get out of the man.
Well, if you'll just take the time to read, you won't have to look much farther. It's on this page.
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming up from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon?
A likely story. At this hour of the day? Nonsense. The Wells Fargo wagon.
But it could be the band instrument.
The band instruments.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday.
In March I got a great mac and and once I got some grapefruit from Tampa. Montgomery Ward sent me a bathtub and a crosscut saw.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. A prepaid surprise for COD.
It could be curtain or dishes. Or it could be,
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be
something special.
something very, very special now.
Just for me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some salmon from Seattle last September. And I expect a new rocking chair.
I hope I get my raisins from Fresno.
The DA order sent a cannon for the courthouse square.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming now. I don't know how I can never wait to see. It could be something for someone who is really sad, but it could be something special just for me.
Don't you dare to make us stop until you stop for me.
My cornet. Gee, thanks, Professor.
Men, gather around. You will each receive individual instruction in due time, but until then, stay off the streets. Get acquainted with your instruments, and think about the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da.
Sister, isn't this the most scrumptious soul-goal thing you ever saw? I never thought I'd ever see anything as scrumptious as the scrumptious soul-goal thing. Oh, sister.
That's round one for you, Mr. Hill. But if I don't hear some by-gad tootin' out of them horns in very short order, I'll have you before the grand jury over at the county seats. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Oh, come, George, Tempest Fugits.
You watch your phraseology. Get along if you want to. I've got to see Miss Marion about a book.
Ladies' dance committee meets this Friday night at the high school, if you change your mind.
Lovely. Lovely, ladies. Lovely. Lovely. Now, turn. Take the body with you. Lovely. Lovely. All right, so now some go to Grecianers. Thank you. And one Grecian urn. And two Grecian urns. And a fountain. Trickle, 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 trickle. Trickle, 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 trickle. Trickle, 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 trickle. Trickle, 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 trickle. Lovely, ladies, lovely. I predict our Del Sol display will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable. Now, remember, always keep your face to the audience. All right, Mr. Dunlop.
It's you in the sunrise, it's you in my car. It's you all the way into town.
It's your sweet hello, dear, that sets me up.
And it's your got to go, dear, that gets me down. It's you on my pillow, in all of my dreams. You once more the morning breaks through. What words could be saner, or truer, or plainer than it's you? It's you.
Smile, ladies.
Yes, it's you. Oh, yes, it's you.
Hold on, kids, or Mrs. Shit'll have my hand.
Mr. Washburn, I am entitled to 5 more minutes.
If you think you can hold these kids back, then go ahead.
Go on, Mr. Washburn, strike it up. We want to show you the new dance steps the professor taught us.
All right, kids, what'll it be?
The shapoopy!
Now, a woman who kisses on the very first date is usually a hussy. And a woman who kisses on the second time out is anything but fussy. But the woman who kisses for the third time around, head in the clouds, feet on the ground. She's to God, he's glad he's found. She's his shapoopy, 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 shapoopy.
A girl who's hard to get.
Shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy.
But you can win her yet.
Walk around once, raise again, then you walk around twice and you make the set. Once more, the flower gun, she will never get bored. You beg the button.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Squeeze her once, she is a nookin'. If you get a squeeze back, that's fancy cooking. Once more, for a pepper up, and she will never get sore. Run away to supper.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, do.
Now little old Sal's a no gal, as anyone could see. But look at her now, she's a go-gal who only goes for me. Squeeze her once, and she is a nookin'. If you get a squeeze back, that's fancy cooking. Once more, for a pepper up, and she will never get sore. Run away to supper.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, do.
Shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy.
The girl who's hard to get.
Shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy.
But you can win her yet.
sir. Professor. I mean, Your Honor, me and your daughter, we've been going steady behind your back.
Why,
Well, we'd like to do it in front, but...
Do what? Never mind.
Your own daughter scared you. I hate to have my own daughter scared of me, but I'm not scared of you.
I'll tell you once more. If you don't keep your hands off my daughter, I'll by gad horsewhip you till hell won't have it.
Now, George.
Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means he.
Yes. Now, you, get out of this public building.
I got any right to be in a public building as much as you have.
Rights? How do you have any rights around here? Aiding and abetting the swindling activities of that symbol salesman? I see 2 words written all over you. Reform school. Now get out, you wild kid, you get out!
Papa, it's confidence like you make blood in the marketplace. Egad!
You watch your phraseology, young woman, and go home. Eulalie?
Yes, George, I only...
Tend to your dance.
My dad's.
I'll take care of Zanita. Taking after some wild kid from south of town.
Mershan, if I could only make you understand.
Well, you can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read that book from cover to cover and didn't find a thing.
Mr. Mayor.
I'll settle your hash as soon as I get these premises off my daughter. Yes.
In the meantime, I want you to know that I am vouching for Tommy Gillis. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town, and before you'll know it, you'll be standing in line to shake his hand at the end of our band's first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll get from tripping over their beards. Now you listen to me, you fine young you feathered up. Never mind. Oliver, Olin, JC, Ewan, get over here. I want this man's references and I want him tonight. He's slippier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
You mean you want us to get his credentials?
Get his papers or get him in jail. Couldn't make myself any clearer if I was a button hook in the well water.
Professor Hill, I think Mershan has acted abominably, and I think it's wonderful you coming to Tommy's defense.
No, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
Oh no, a man can't dodge the issue every time a little personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? A coward dies 1,000 deaths, but the brave man, only 500. Of course, the mayor's already pretty mad on account of his pool table. And I suppose a recommendation from a musical authority like yourself would help, but I can never ask you to do a thing like that.
Why, Professor Hill?
You would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little better informed. I've been meaning to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet, mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine. He never touches it. The first week or so, he made a few experimental blats, I guess you'd say.
Yes, blats.
And he sings the minuet in G-di-da almost constantly.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da.
But he never touches the cornet.
Yes, well, you
You said
see...
you told him it isn't necessary.
Well, I mean, what I meant...
That you developed a think system where if he thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor...
Miss Mary, the think system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. But so was Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the egg, or globe, Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. But you see, I can't discuss these things here in public. But if I were to call on you, when might I call?
Why, anytime this week? Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little. Please join our Gal Star Committee. Pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 pick a lot, pick a little, had a golden shimmer in your hair and silver streaks for all to see. We know that you will soon unfold the forgetting heart of purest gold here, where a woman's heart should be. Fairy princess, moving forward, pick a little more, golden shimmer, silver shoes, pick a little more, now unfold, pick a little, heart of gold, pick a little more here, where a woman's heart should be. The professors told us to read those books, and we simply adored them all. Chaucer, Rabelais, Balzac, chip, 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 pick a little, talk a little, cheap.
Just a minute, Professor Hill. We got our orders.
We all been deputized.
Yes, well, congratulations. You know, all week long I've been trying to give you fellas my credentials, but every time you change the subject on me somehow. Now look, I have just what you want up in my room. Just take me a second.
Sorry. Afraid we'll have to go with you.
Yes, well, let's see if I have the key. And what's this? Testimonial from Madame Reaney, the only female bassoon player ever to hit the Red Path circuit.
May I see that?
Yes, well, you know, this reminds me of something the great Lyda Rose Quackenbush once told me. It was a little something like this. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sun back in the sky. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion I'll pop question. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lyda Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Lyda Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose.
Dream of a rose that might have been to I love you. Oh yes, I love you, and I'll bravely tell you, but only when we dream again. Sweet and low, sweet and low, how sweet that memory, how long ago, forever, oh yes, forever, will I ever tell you, oh no.
Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sun back in the sky.
Dream of a rose that might have been to I love you. Oh yes,
I
I
can
love
hear the chapel bell chime.
bravely tell you, but only when we dream
I'll
again.
pop the question. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name.
How sweet that
Everyone knows that I am hoping
how long
you're the
ago,
same. So here is my love
oh yes, forever.
not fancy or fine. Lyda Rose, oh, won't you be Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda
Will you ever tell him? Won't you ever tell him? Ah, yes, I know. Ah, fiddlesticks. Just open your mouth and let it come out.
Now, Mom.
Now nothing. If he ever comes to call again, you'll see him alone. And if you haven't the gumption to tell him how you feel.
Tell him.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a lady like him.
Mama.
Winthrop, where you been?
Fishing.
Fishing?
With Harold.
You mean Professor Hill?
Mm-hmm. And look, I still got some worms left.
Did you have a good time?
Scrumptious. He even told me about his hometown, Gary, Indiana, and said he'd take me there someday. He even taught me a song that has hardly any S's. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that made me win. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I gotta show Marcellus my live frog.
Leave the dishes, Mama. I'll get them.
Don't you have to change for the sociable?
There's time later.
Excuse me, Shinslow around here somewhere?
The Shins live on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Oh, criminy. Oh, I see you're the piano teacher in town. You must have heard about this fella Hill forming a boys band here.
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling 2-bit thimble rigger. That's why I gotta see Shin. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop, though. Oh, wish it was 20. Would sure like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cow, anvil salesman. But right now I'm married to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Well, Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's corset cover. That fella's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth just long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, and he's not gonna spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of a music teacher are you? You didn't see right through him? Why, he's no more professor than...
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. Besides, it's a fine director.
Now, wait a minute. Fine director? Have you heard one note of music from any band?
Well, no, but...
But nothing, girly girl. He never formed a band in his life. And he never will.
If you'll just listen to me for a minute.
I'd like to. I'd like to do more than that, if I had the time. I sure got the inclination. But I gotta get back to the train. I gotta leave this dynamite with someone on the way to the depot. Bye-bye, girly girl. See you next time, Pooh.
You'll never catch that train at the depot. You'll have to get it at the crossing.
No, sir. I've gotta leave word, and I can see you ain't the one to leave it with.
Wait a minute, Mr. Cowell. You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
I mean, I don't know you, and...
Yes, I need more time anyway.
I mean, as well as I'd like to.
No trouble there, girly girl.
I never met a man who sells anvils before. That's quite, well, interesting.
Takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have a limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? I'll miss that train and I'll get fired. And I gotta leave word about that fella Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you'll deliver these papers?
Try me. There's your train. Now run for it.
Why, you little... Who do you think you're protecting? That guy's got a girl in every every county in Illinois, and that's 102 counties. And he's taking it away from every one of them. Not counting the piano teachers like you he cozies up to, just to keep their mouths shut. Neither one of you heard the last of me, girly girl.
Ding dong ding. At the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Good evening, Miss Marian. Light a rose, everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh, won't you be mine? Light a rose, oh, light a rose, oh, light a rose.
Marion, who was that you were talking to just... Why, Professor Hill.
Top of the evening, Mrs. Prue. Miss Marion.
You and Marion come up and said, I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, I'll put some on.
Shall we, set, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Did I? I didn't mean it.
I'm not suggesting your invitation indicated anything more than academic enlightenment. The think system. I came by a time or two this week to explain it to you, but there always seem to be people around. Mostly ladies, I believe.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the ladies.
Well, I'm glad. Wouldn't want anybody, beating my time. You wouldn't? Well, of course not. No, I see this isn't a convenient evening, so I'll just see you at the sociable.
Professor Hill, is it true that you had 100... What I'm trying to say is...
Yes.
Is it true that you've developed a think system?
What? A think system? Oh, a think system, yes. It's really quite simple, actually. As simple as whistling. See, no one has to teach you how to use your lips. You merely think the note and let it come out here. Now, try this yourself before asking any more questions.
I take your word.
Can we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
I dare say you met a dozen. Even 100.
Yes, I don't see how.
Have they all been as fascinated as I with the think system?
Some more, some less. One young lady actually invented it before I got to her town. She showed me a few, refinements.
I see.
Have I said something wrong?
Don't let me keep you, Professor Hill. You must have much more important things to do than discuss the think system with me.
Can't think of a one.
And I must be such dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where would you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Well, you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one hears rumors about librarians as well.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so Mama Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't
Of course not. But that just proves my point. Why do you think people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy, mostly jealousy, I suppose.
And jealousy most often starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Nothing about you personally, just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Just that. Well, of course it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to... Well, take you, for instance. Your attentions to customers and details might easily be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, honestly, mightn't they?
Well, I mean, it's...
And so you say, if another salesman or someone were jealous, they could all be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course.
This goes to show you shouldn't believe everything you hear. I mean, if we discuss it.
Miss Marion, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. But couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit, your knees bend and all.
We can sit on the porch steps.
Or on a hollow log over at the footbridge.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I've never been to the footbridge with a man before.
Just to talk.
I have to get dressed for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
No, really, I couldn't. Some other time, maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian. Pile up enough tomorrows, and you'll find you're left with nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd like to make tonight worth remembering.
So would I.
A footbridge, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! What? I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be and the saints be praised. It works.
What works?
I've been using the think system on you from the parlor.
Hey, Craig!
Hey, Mars.
The uniforms have arrived. The kids are in them already. If those kids show up at the sociable, the people will be screaming for music.
Yeah.
Here's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect it. He's got the kids over at the lumberyard.
All right.
Sending to hold a practice.
Good. Got the rig.
I got it.
All right, so what time's the freight leave?
9:40 from the junction.
But it's not even 8:30 yet.
Listen, you want to toidle-waddle around here and get yourself caught in a bunny trap, you go
Look,
ahead, but...
I'll meet you at the hotel in plenty of time. Miss Marion, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
I mean, what I meant was, I'd say 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge with a fella.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose not the first to think it's easier to think clearly when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, surely you don't think I've been trying to sell you anything.
Oh no, you've given me something. That's why I came.
But I don't recall giving
Oh, but you have. Something beautiful. Please don't be afraid that I expect more. One can expect a traveling salesman to stay put. I know there have been many ports of call, and there will be many more. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't be grateful to you for what you've left behind for me.
Marion,
There were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all.
I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Who's the salesman here? Sounds like she's selling your bike.
Are you nuts? I didn't know I was leaving tonight. Besides, I had to keep her off balance, remember?
Well, she's so far off balance now you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
Look, Buster Brown, I've come through the ranks on this little skirmish, and I'm not leaving without my commission.
But Greg, you can't get anywhere out here on the footbridge.
Look, there's a place over near Madison Picnic Park that makes this place look like an old ladies' home. Now get the rake and beat it. Never a peaceful moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Yes, well, we don't need to go into that now, do we?
No, not ever for that matter. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did plenty when you first came.
Oh? On what?
Professor Harold Hill and Gary, Indiana Conservatory, class of '05. But Harold, there wasn't any Gary, Indiana Conservatory class of '05.
Why, there's certainly...
Because the town wasn't even built till '06. I'll see you at the sociable.
You knew all this time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came. I ripped this page out of the Indiana State Journal. It was originally meant to use against you, but now I give it to you in my whole heart.
But if you knew, then why didn't you? Why, you little... Well, 110 cornets played the air. Then I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I om-pawed up and down the square.
Good night, my someone, good night, my love.
With 110 cornets right behind.
Our star is shining, its brightest light.
There were horns of every shape then. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
While 110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone, good night.
Greg, this guy's going crazy. He's going around and spilling everything. I'll say I'm crazy. Missed my train. Probably lost my job. But I got you now, Hill. And you'll pay. You'd have been in a clique now had it have been for that piano teacher. I tell her all about you and what she do. Legalized me around till I couldn't get the shin. Old Doxy tried up, man hungry. Round heel.
You get out of here or I'll kill you, you little...
You bully! You big blow-off! I'll stay in this town till you get yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why, you never even knew the territory! Here's a ring, Greg, come on!
And two Krishnas. And a fountain.
Stop! Stop! Now listen to this man.
You gullible green grass goats. Can't you get it through your heads you're being swindled out of your teeth right now? This very moment, there's a burglar in the bedroom while you're fiddling in the parlor. I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket.
Pickpocket?
Same thing. He's had his hand in your wallet, mister, and yours, madam, and yours, little lady, ever since the first moment he got to this town. There's more documented evidence than you'll ever have time to look at. There isn't any band. There never was any band, and there never will be any band. And if you don't hunt this man down right now like a mad dog, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now, will you believe me?
I want my money back.
Money back? I want his hide!
Yeah! What are we waiting for?
After him! And when you get him, bring him back to the schoolhouse. After him! Try the low road, back in the privy, and the mill, up by the creek!
Mary, I've been looking all over for you.
I've been looking for Winthrop. He's run away. You have to go. They're talking about tar and feathers.
I had to see you, Marion.
It's all right. You don't know me a word, not one word.
Crick! Oh, he's not over here. Let's check by the creek.
Winthrop!
Hey, hold on a minute there, son.
I'm not your son. Leave me go.
Just a minute, I want to talk to you.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
Would too.
Would not.
Would too. Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Let go of me, you big liar.
Hey, what's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now look, I've got two things to say to you, and you're going to stand here and hear it all. So you might as well quit wiggling. First of all, I think you're a wonderful kid. I always have. That's why I wanted you in the band. So you quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
I wish you'd never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe everything he's ever said.
But he promised us.
I know he promised, and it all came true. The lights, the symbols, the colors.
Where was all that?
It wasn't the way every kid walked around River City and acted. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish she'd never come to River City?
You do, don't you?
No, I don't. Oh, hurry, Harold, please.
Hurry, Professor.
I can't wait for it.
Why not?
Well, because for the first time in my life, I've got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Quick! Quick! Stay here! That way! That way!
Which is why I interrupted the program at that point. Rest assured that this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by now. And also remember, always remember, that I did everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from, well, happening. 40.
What have you done to get our money back?
We spent $300 on uniforms just tonight.
Yeah! We haven't even seen them. Don't make that much money.
I told you, he's slippery and...
I haven't seen my boy or new uniform since just after supper.
Yeah.
He's a kidnapper!
$4 years. Just a minute. Just a minute. Virtuous triumph. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And for those of you, as I have heard, who are collecting feathers and melting tar, I will not say you nay.
Glad to think some of you can forget our everlasting Iowa stubborn arrogance, long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill came. Well, do you? Do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful to him for what he's brought to River City. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting your breath. If there's anyone here who doesn't want to see that man tarred and feathered, let him stand up. Eulalie, sit down. And the rest of you, standing there like a coat of Shropshire sheep. Might I remind you that you bought expensive instruments, technical instruction books, and band uniforms, all with the clear understanding and warranty that your children would be taught and formed into a band. Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Think, men. Think.